Do I shave my vagina?
Spanish chicks don't shave.
Mexican.
Really? What? And that's crazy because the Mexican people are the ones that are shaving the shrubbery.
Yeah, but they're not.
They're cutting shrubs. They don't shave down there. They go up there and they cut palm trees, but they don't shave the bush down below.
You sound like an unbelievable douche.
Do you know the Dave Darin show?
Hot enough to boil a monkey's bum.
Most people say, who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Like Disneyland, I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth.
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Are you a puffed up?
He used to be on terrestrial radio, but he got fired.
It's over. Don't you think it's over?
I'll spin.
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Here comes the bull spiller now.
Dave Darin.
Welcome to Dave Darin Show. We've got Vitne on the phone here. Are you used to the fucked up radio personalities in the United States? Are you used to the horrors of dealing with U.S. people at all?
Definitely.
Oh, you are? Okay. So you do admit that we're fucking nightmares, so that's good. So you're
well, I am too, because I grew up in South Carolina.
Oh, you did? How about that? Actually, I got an opportunity to travel to South Carolina in a couple of weeks. So let me know, are there, like, I won't be bringing my wife, so where's a good place to pick up hookers in South Carolina? Any place you can connect me with?
Charleston.
How about some phone numbers? You got any phone numbers for me?
No, I don't have any phone numbers.
Okay. So, by the way, how'd you come up with this name? I'm sure if I put it in and start typing away, it's going to give me, like, Vine is an automatic spell check. So how'd you come up with that? Why'd you stick with it? What's going on?
Well, when I first came to Norway, I was in a glam metal band, and it was a bit too tongue-in-cheek, and I wanted to do something more serious. And I was just, the whole band name thing is so difficult. You know, everybody has a name already. So I was just watching some crime show on TV, and it had Norwegian subtitles, and they were talking about a witness. And the word witness in Norwegian is Vitne. So I just saw that and I thought, that could be kind of cool. And then I think the next day I had a logo already made.
And the type of music you do is Zen metal. So is that something new? I've never heard Zen metal before. How'd that come up?
Oh, it wasn't me that came up with it. A couple of years ago I released an EP called Endless Blue. And there was a French reviewer who called it Zen hard rock. And I never even thought about the term or anything like that before, but then I mentioned that to some friends and some fans, and then they thought it's, you know, yes, it's hard rock and sometimes it's metal and stuff like that, but Zen metal had more of a ring to it, so they just started calling me that.
Okay, cool. Now, by the way, I'm looking at your picture here on Facebook. You're like laying down horizontal. You got some really nice outfit here on with a lot of leather, lace. Your hair's really done sexy. So how you making out with this look? Are you like really getting a lady's horny, the guy's horny as well, or are they looking at you like, this guy's got to be from LA or New York? What do they think of you when they see you?
They usually think LA.
They think LA, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought so. By the way, I saw some compliment from a Fireworks magazine that described your sound as sort of a laid-back, toned-down power metal style, and it was with an operatic style about the singing in a way that he soars clearly above the music. So that's kind of a cool compliment, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what's Fireworks magazine? Is that a magazine in South Carolina? Is that an LA magazine? Is it a Norway magazine? Where's this coming out?
Fireworks comes out of the UK.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So they're a pretty big one in the UK.
Typical of United States people, we have no idea about geography. How did you get to Norway? Did you even know Norway existed? Because American people, we have no concept of anything outside of our states, and that's all we know. We have no idea about anything else. We don't even know where Mexico is. So,
a lot of people think that Norway is the capital of Sweden for some reason.
Yeah. And they're all Americans, right? All Americans think that.
Anybody who thought that was American, yeah.
Yep, there we go. I knew it. Let's play a piece of your music because I want to make the show rock. Because you are on the first launch of the Dave Darin returning to music video interview show. So I gotta make the show rock, and there's a reason for that, because I put a poll and a survey out there, and I said, now you guys appreciate me going into that, because I was doing a UFO paranormal show, and some of them said, we're going to give you one chance, Dave. If you fuck it up, then we're not going to watch you again. So by the way, if the show's fucked up, I'm going to blame you, not me, by the way.
We can't fuck this up then.
If it's successful, by the way, it's all my fault. Okay?
Okay.
Just so you know, that's the American approach, and you know that from living in South Carolina. So
Shared responsibility.
That's right, that's right. What are we going to start off with? I got a couple tracks of yours, and they're really rocking tracks. I love them. What should we start off with?
Well, we could do the new one, Encephalon. That's from the new album, Aria.
Encephalon. Now, is that something that if I pick up a hooker in South Carolina, am I going to catch a cephalon, or is it going to be typical gonorrhea, or what am I going to catch there?
I don't know about that, but encephalon is the Greek word for brain.
Okay. So obviously I don't have one, so I'm lacking a cephalon. But we are going to play the song on the Dave Darin Show. Here we go. Okay.
All right.
Tell me about the music scene in South Carolina. You were probably performing there as well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so now all of a sudden you didn't just pick up and decide, you know what, I'm going to go to Norway. The chicks are hotter, the music scene's hotter. How were you doing in South Carolina? Was the music really hitting there pretty well, and you kind of regret that you left there and the reasons why you left there?
I don't regret leaving. I mean, sometimes I wish that I had more money that I could travel back and forth more often. Because I was in a punk band there, Golden Palace.
That's a strip club in Phoenix, by the way, Golden Palace.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
We were really active in South Carolina from like 2004 to around 2009. And the music scene, especially the underground punk scene and sort of classic-ish rock, was really good. And there were a lot of shows that were almost sold out during that time that we played. And even before that, when we were in high school, we were in a punk band, and we played with all sorts of, like, Vans Warped Tour bands that came through the city and stuff like that. So that was a really golden time for that area. But then when I moved away, that scene kind of died around that time.
Is that why you moved away? Because you saw the scene falling a little bit, but then of course you could move to different places like LA, so why Norway?
Well, I actually did move to LA for 6 months.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But then I got married to a Norwegian, so she imported me to Norway.
Gotcha. So there we go. You were seduced.
That's right.
out of. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Norway? I mean, we of course Americans always think Norwegian and Swedish ladies are extremely gorgeous. So now you move from South Carolina, where the women were probably the typical American, okay-looking women. Now you're in Norway with an extremely hot woman, I'm sure. But there's other hot women out there as well. So don't you feel like being like Charlie Sheen or what?
I'm happy in my situation.
Oh.
But there's definitely a lot of them around here.
Your music that you write, the Zen metal, now you flavor that differently because you actually sent me a more mellow, more romantic piece, which I am saving for my wife tonight because I'm going to get a little wine and we're going to experiment with some new positions because we picked up that book, that Indian book, the Kama Sutra, so we're going to experiment with that. But I'm curious about the other alternative music you got because you have multiple flavors of your music. So describe that a little bit.
I would say the earlier stuff is definitely more 80s based, glam metal inspired kind of stuff, like more inspired by like Rat, Billy Idol, Motley Crue, Poison, those kinds of things. Aria was basically a mixture of my love for European symphonic metal and power metal, Japanese rock, and video game soundtracks again.
Do you think you're going to be as diverse going forward, or do you think you're going to lock into a certain groove? What do you think about that?
I would say that Aria is the closest to what I had in mind when I first began as Vitne. But I have no idea. It's sort of just wherever the songwriting takes me.
Okay.
But I really love the symphonic element.
Do you do a lot of electronic music behind you, where it's not an instrument, it's just electronic plugins?
The drums are made with Steven Slate drums, which is a plugin. However, it's actually a real drummer playing that. Okay. So he uses a MIDI kit. The guitars and the lead guitar and flute and piano, all that is real. But the strings, for example, I can't play violin, so I use virtual instrument for that. I try to do as much real stuff as I can because in high school I played flute, so I can still play flute. And I have a fife from sometime when I was little, and I finally used it on this album. So that was really cool.
Fife? I have no idea. The only fife I know is Barney Fife from Mayberry. that's the only fife I know. What's a fife? Is that like a smaller flute or what?
Yeah, it's like a little wooden flute.
Oh, okay. What's the music scene out there like based upon in radio? For instance, I know in the United States to get your band and your music on the radio is next to impossible. I know it's like that in England too. Everyone tells me that. And it's pretty pathetic because whenever I turn on radio stations, I don't listen to radio because it's the same 20 or 30 songs. And even if it's more than 30 songs, even if it was 100 songs, they all sound identically the same. So it bores the crap out of me. How's radio in Norway there? Is it the same fiasco that we got going on here in the States?
I don't see much difference, honestly.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. There's one program called P3 Unheard, but I've been submitting music to them for like 6 years, and I have never been played.
Okay.
So it's usually on the radio. It's a lot of sort of Europop and pop that's also popular in the U.S., but then there's also the classic rock stations, but of course they only play the well-known Metallica and Guns N' Roses songs.
Same old. In fact, I remember when popular music used to be called popular music. Now it's called pop because they don't even want to say the whole fucking word anymore. They abbreviate it because the whole thing's a nightmare. So why even waste time saying the whole word popular? Let's just shorten it to pop. So
the words are getting shorter. The songs are getting shorter.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm getting older, so my penis is getting shorter, so the whole thing's a nightmare. So
that might be a different problem.
That's a different problem, right? I've got to solve that problem somehow, and I can solve it by taking your encephalon, right? That's a solution for that as well.
Sure.
There we go. I'll do that. It was great having you in the show. We're going to end the show with Destroyer, and I particularly like this track. In fact, I researched your music, and I really like Destroyer, so I know you gave me permission to air that, correct?
Definitely, yeah.
It's a great song. We're going to play that. How do people hook up with you after they've seen you on the Dave Darin show and they decide that they like you better than me? How do they hook up with you?
They need to figure out how to spell my name. Vitne. So Vitne.net or on Facebook, Vitne Official, Twitter, Vitne Official. I'm all over the place.
Excellent, excellent. And it was great having you on the show. I appreciate that. As I build the show up and I get more and more listeners and viewers, which is definitely going to happen because I'm going to rock this show out based upon guys like you that come on and promote the show that you're on. So I'm going to expect like an event invite out there on Facebook to say, I'm on this lunatic guy in the United States show. Check it out. Dave sucks, but I was great on it. That's what you got to put out there. Dave sucks, but I was great. That's what you.
I'll quote that.
Quote that. That works perfect.
And spam it everywhere.
There we go. All right, so it's great having you on again. We're going to close the segment with you, and the song is Destroyer. Thanks so much for being on the show. I appreciate it a lot from Norway.
Thanks for having me.
welcome to Dave Darin Show. I've got this cool guy on, and by the way, you are one of the first guests on my reincarnation of this nightmare that we call the Dave Darin Show. So welcome aboard to this tragedy. How you doing, man? All right?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Here. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Where are you, by the way? Great accent. You're going to get, if you were in the United States, you'd get laid with that accent, by the way. Where are you?
That'd be good. I'd like to be there. But I'm in Glasgow at the moment. Glasgow, Scotland.
By the way, you look great. How do I look? Do I look okay? Do I look acceptable to my audience?
Oh, yeah, all good. Rock and roll, man.
Yeah, you know, the problem is I'm in Arizona now, and it's finally cooled down from 114 degrees to like 90. So now everything is blooming here. Everything's growing. And I got an allergy. So the problem is when you have an allergy, you gotta like put your finger in your nose to clean out the nose, right? And when you're a guitar player like I am, you got to cut the fingernails. So to get in there becomes an obstacle because you don't have a fingernail. And I got a big nose, so stuff gets hidden in there. So it's a complicated. My life is so complicated, it's unbelievable. So
I know all about that.
So tell me about. By the way, your name is D.R. Webster. So now are you like That's Dr. Right. Webster? Do people call you Dr. Webster?
DR is like that's the initials. My name is Dylan, like Bob Dylan.
Oh, nice. But oh my God, if your first name is Dylan and we got Bob Dylan, I would say drop the R, extend out the D, and say Dylan. That's cool. That's cool. Say Dylan. What's the matter with you? Come on now.
I know. It's just people get confused. Obviously, they know Bob, so they're not going to know me. You know.
Yeah, there you go. So tell me about your music. You're on the show here to talk about music, not how big my nose is. So tell me about your music.
So basically, I just put out a new EP called Truth yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, so we put it out yesterday. And we recorded that in Sao Paulo, Brazil, back in June and July. So basically it's kind of straight ahead rock and roll, 3 tracks, straight to the point, and we got a good result over there in Brazil. It was great fun.
Good, cool. Who's in the band, by the way? Give me the guys in the band besides Dylan. I'm calling you Dylan, by the way. I'm not calling you DR. Who's in the band besides Dylan, and what instrument do you play, or vocals, or tell me about you two?
Yeah, so I do the lead vocals, guitar, and I wrote the songs, but we used a friend of mine is a blues guitarist in Brazil. He's from Sao Paulo, so I used his band while I was there, the drummer, the bass player, Hammond organ, and with a few guests on the album, with a female singer, Anna Derige, sang on one of the tracks, with a guy playing guitar on one of the tracks, kind of Richie Blackmore style things. So it's cool. It was a fun experience in the studio.
Cool. Okay. So now, by the way, so you're in Scotland. You mentioned the one guy's from Sao Paulo, right?
Yes.
So how's that work? You were there to do the recording personally, or you send him music and then he records his part and you combine it, or how's that all work?
No, I was in Sao Paulo for the summer, so I went over there and we recorded in person in Mosh Studios in Sao Paulo. It's like it's a really cool old school style studio. It's got like the desk from the record plant, like John Lennon and Van Halen and people like that used, with Pete Townshend's high watt amp.
Wow, sweet.
From the Who tours in the 70s. So we used a lot of that gear on the actual EP, which was really cool, obviously.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so by the way, you have a female person in the band too. You said that, right?
No, we did. We've got a bonus track on the Bandcamp release that we did, and that's a female voice. It's a version of one of the tracks, Revolution Now.
Now, is the female, is she from Sao Paulo? I'm curious because I am fascinated with the Sao Paulo rather large curvy booty. So describe her to us if you mind.
She is from she's from Sao Paulo as well, but of course you're right there. The women in Sao Paulo are something else.
Oh my God! Hopefully you got some pictures to send me later. I'm not going to put it on my show here, but send me some pictures so I can have some fascination going on later. Okay?
I don't think it'd be appropriate for here, but we'll chat off there. I'll tell you some stories.
Let's get her booty online, will you? Let's put her side by side. So that's pretty cool. So I was checking out your music. So now you got some stuff out there we're going to play for the audience here.
Yeah.
What was the name of the LP is called Truth, is that correct?
Yeah, it's called Truth.
Okay, now do you have a song out there called Truth? I noticed that so far you don't, but are you going to have a title track of the name of the LP called Truth and a song called Truth?
No, basically the whole title of Truth came around because of the work in the studio. Everybody kept commenting, it sounds really honest. You know, we recorded, we didn't do any editing really, we didn't do any auto-tune, there was nothing like that, it was straight live takes.
No title track called Truth, so just call it live.
Yeah, there's truth in it, but there's lies there as well.
There's truth in it. So well, I'll tell you what, let's start off. We're going to air right now. The Turning, this is D.R Webster with Dylan. We're calling him Dylan today on the Dave Darin Show. Check this out. Here we go, guys. Tell me a little bit about The Turning. Tell me what that's all about.
It's sort of so it's about kind of like people standing together, standing up and making the world the way they want it to be, a better place. It's sort of that. That's why it's so rock and roll. It's rock and roll as rebellion. It's revolution. So that's what this track is.
Who do you think needs more revolution, United States or Scotland? Because we got things here totally fucked up, and you probably know that. You're probably laughing. Are you laughing at us right now? Am I disturbing you from laughing at us right now?
No, I think everybody's laughing at the entire world. I think the United States is in quite a bad shape. The UK is. Everywhere you seem to go is just getting worse. So I think for that reason, music always seems to bring people together, and it's good to get that message into these tracks. So.
And you guys have the advantage of the great Scotch there in Scotland, so you guys have it all resolved. You can just chill out to a bottle of Scotch.
Exactly. Well, when we were in the studio recording, I brought a very large bottle of Scotch into the studio, and that helped the process for sure.
When you drink your booze on ice or not on ice, which way?
Not on ice for me.
Oh, not on ice. Did the women look better when it's not on ice, or if it's on ice, the women don't look quite as good, right?
No, just ice. It gets in the way of the booze. You want to get that booze quick.
By the way, did you research me before you came on this show, or now you're thinking, oh my God, not only is America fucked up, but look at this radio personality.
No. I think it's cool, man. I'm enjoying it so far.
People in Scotland have a good sense of humor.
I'd say we've got a really good sense of humour here. I'd say it's kind of built in the culture.
Yeah, I would think so. That's my perception of Scotland, is that you guys are not quite as uptight as we are. We're even uptight about sex. Are you guys uptight about sex, or you can walk down the street and there's hookers to pick up and all kinds of fun happening? What's going on there with the ladies?
I'd say it's more uptight like that. You don't see that it exists, but you don't see a lot of like hookers and things, things of that nature.
Oh man, I was going to come out there thinking there's more hookers out there than there are in my street corner here, so I can't go out there to pick up hookers. That's a bummer.
If you want that, go to Amsterdam. Amsterdam's the place to go for that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. And you've been there. You've been there, so you know this by first-hand witnesses?
First-hand witnesses. I didn't partake, but that sort of thing is prevalent in Amsterdam. Amsterdam's a fun few days.
Cool. I have to check that out. I have to book a tour to Amsterdam and use the Dave Darin credit card to do that. Very cool.
Definitely. I would recommend.
Let's play another song. Let's play... what is it? Karma Coma. Now that's interesting because in the United States here, people don't take personal responsibility for themselves. Karma is going to bite them in the ass, but they seem to be in a coma, not knowing that karma is going to bite them in the ass. Is that kind of what this is about?
Sort of. It's like there's a personal edge to this song, but in general, that would be the sort of message here, for sure.
Dream was over.
about in Scotland? What's your scene like?
I don't think there is much of a rock scene here. I don't think there has been. I was in a band before, and we really struggled to get anywhere within the scene. The United States always seems like the place for us to go, because there's always been such a big rock scene there. And even when I was in Sao Paulo, there's a huge rock scene and a huge hunger there for music, and rock doesn't really get a fair shake these days.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, by the way, because of the accent, let me just explain to my listeners. You said that there is a huge hunger in Sao Paulo. Now, you said hunger. You did not say hung girl. I mean, we're not talking about transgender girls that are hung better than the guys are. We're talking about hunger and not hung girls, just to clarify.
Hunger as in hungry, yeah. I don't know anything about that other stuff.
You are an excellent sport. To be on the show is my opening of the music show. I appreciate that so much. This is D.R. Webster.
A.K.A. Dylan.
There we go. I wanted you to say that. I wanted you to correct me with the proper name of Dylan. There we go. By the way, how do they hook up with you? How do people hook up with you, engage with the music? How do they do that? Because I want the final word to be yours of telling me where the music is.
Yeah. On Twitter, you can find me at DRW_music. On Facebook, it's D.R Webster Music. And you can download the EP on Bandcamp. And it's also available, I believe, right now on Spotify for people that like to stream. So you can check it out there, download it, let me know what you think on social media. Instagram is DRW_8 as well. That's the number 8.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Awesome.
Okay,
Happy
man.
to be back anytime. Great talking to you.
Great talking to you too, man. Take care. See you later on.